Rudy? Yes? Thanks again for the opportunity. Started watching videos in 2017. You know, it's crazy. That was like 4.5 years ago, man. The same time I got involved with crypto. Oh, man, if you held on. Did you hold through the dips? I bet you didn't. Most people never hold through the dips. Got my first big full-time job in 2016. Got me interested in investing as much of my extra income as I could. That's good. Always like to hear that positive stories of people wanting to try to actually work hard and push better for their future. I always like that, man. Hit my 5 years this month. Crazy. The Mox Ruby I acquired from a card shop in 2017 must have drove to at least 10 card shops around Southern California, SoCal, to see if anyone had any power. The few places that did have them locked up by the owner and they were not for sale. Managed to find a place that had a jet and a ruby, had the cash. The manager sold me the ruby on the spot. Very cool, huh? Pretty cool. It's pretty nice too. Not Gem Minty PSA 11, but boy, it's very, very nice. Not complaining at all. Very good eye appeal, a little bit of surface and scratch in the back. Very cool card. All right, anyways. So I could tell he was yelled. So apparently the guy got in trouble because the owner of the shop told him what he could be yelled at. He yelled at him, apparently, I guess. See, that's the thing. These old cards are so... Like, when people get them, they don't want to sell them. Like, Power and ABU cards and Arabian Nights, they like, I don't know what the deal is. I know it sounds cliche and cheesy and stupid, but... Like, the stupid cards attached to people, man. It's weird. As for the Flesh and Blood Heart and Eye, purchased them both very early on. Wouldn't be surprised if there's one of the first, if not the first people to ever purchase a fabled cards. Wow. Honestly, hate to get rid of them, but I'm putting the funds toward a dream project. Working on for some time. Made some big moves last year. It helps keep the momentum going. Includes a gift from the collection, too. So, very interesting conversation today. Today, we got some conversation on the World of Warcraft TCG. Boy, that brings back some memories. Still cool looking cards though. Boy, that brings back some memories. Boy. Anyways, so this gentleman, first of all, I guess he got this from 2017, which means the price I paid him was probably 2-3 times of what he paid in 2017. Because I would assume this would have been like $1,000 in 2017, not a couple thousand today. As far as the Flesh and Blood cold foils, whoa! Hang on, did you guys see the thumbs down hit the video? My God, the video almost like froze and had the buffer on the internet. We'll talk about this. I want to talk about the Warcraft too. I think it's going to be an interesting video today. So he claims he was one of the early ons that actually bought these alpha cold foil cards. So, I mean, he must have paid $500 for the card then, definitely. So, yeah. So I paid about 20 grand for what you see in this video. Go ahead, light up the comment section. That's what I paid. So we have an Alpha Heart. For the record, the print run is around 100 to 150 of these exist in the world. Extraordinarily rare. I would say it's around the same number for an Alpha Cold Foil Eye. Absolutely gorgeously stunning cards. Very, very neat looking. So he probably paid a couple $100 for each one of those things, and he made out like a bandit. Yes, on the open market, there's just none of these for sale because there's only about 100 in the world. So the people who have them tend to not want to sell them, so it's very difficult to price them. Like right now, there's one heart on eBay for like 60 grand. It's not worth that. It's just not worth that, folks. Same thing with the eye. Last I checked, there was like one eye for sale for like $30,000. And it's not worth that, I'm sorry. I think the market price of these cards, like an eye right now, I would say would be, if it's perfect looking with the core. Remember, these original ones had a lot of damage issues. I would say a card like this, maybe if it's perfect, 10,000. I would say a heart, in my opinion, retail, if it's perfect and you get it graded, maybe 20,000. That's my personal opinion. Obviously, it's going to be a very hot take because some people are going to say, no, dude, that's 30, 40. Other people are going to say, dude, it's not worth 20 bucks. It's going to be very controversial. But anyways, as far as the unlimited magic power, right now, eBay, the cheapest power for unlimited moxes, if you just hit unlimited space mox and press enter on eBay, sort by cheapest, buy it now, you'll start seeing the mox, rubies, pearls, sapphire, emeralds, and jets pop up between around $3,000 and $4,000 a card. Obviously, they're usually pretty rough, and the nice ones become $4,000 and $5,000 range. So I actually think out of all the cards in the video, yeah, this is highly speculative. These could easily tank, okay? I think the most underpriced card in the video is actually the Warcraft. No, I'm just screwing with you guys. It's all Warcraft by Warcraft. No, I think the unlimited power for a couple $1,000s is still some of the most underpriced items in this market. I do believe we will hit a day where all unlimited power is 10,000 plus. And I know that's crazy sounding. It's a piece of cardboard with ink, blah, blah, whatever you want to say, but that's my personal perspective on it. If Flesh and Blood continues to become very successful, and Tales of Aria is a good launch, a set after that, and then we go into 2022, and the game continues to expand, especially with this organized play on the backs of being launched in the next week or so, I think that these could, this would be considered like the Alpha Black Lotus. These would be a kind of, the Beta Lotus type thing. The Fabled cards are extraordinarily rare. I do want to comment a little bit on the Warcraft cards real quick. Let's pause here. Because Warcraft TCG, does it have a year on here? I don't even remember the exact year. Oh my God, is that really 2007, 2010? So it gives you an idea. That was around the, obviously, Great Recession of 2008. The World of Warcraft TCG came out with a bang, dude. This thing was a huge thing back then. I never bought or into this or like invested in it or anything like that. But man, it was a really big deal. Like, I can't emphasize enough how years ago, like when this thing was new or fresh or whatever terminology you want to use, the World of Warcraft TCG was a really hot thing. A lot of money, stores, distributors were dealing in the cards and everything. I appreciate the gift of these two things. I don't think they're probably worth anything. Of course, there's probably some in the comment going, Rudy, it's the most expensive card ever worth it. I have no idea, but I think they're cool looking. Unfortunately, I don't know the full story of why the World of Warcraft failed or what caused it, the behind the scenes. I know all the rumors, what people say online, but I don't know specifically what happened between the printing of the cards with, Blizzard and distributors and the print runs and the sales and what caused. Was it, I've heard everything from power level. The game was broken. It's poorly designed. The power creep, the print runs. I remember even the scratch off ones. You could like scratch them off, get like a really cool pet card for the actual game. So it's kind of neat. I thought that was a nice little fun take. But anyways, I don't know. We don't really know what the behind the scenes actually happened was. At least I don't. I've heard all the rumors. I've Googled it like you all have, but I feel like there's so much more to the story because it was such a big IP. And like, why doesn't Blizzard like bring it back on their own or do something on their own since they own the IP or something? Who knows? But anyways, back to the obviously the Magic world. I wanted to comment. I've been telling you all in the last couple months that I've been feeling that as with the stock market, the real estate market, the crypto market, everything has become a lot more stable in the last couple months. When we hit May of 2021, we had that huge crypto crash, which completely threw cold water on the collectible market, and there was a lot of turbulence for a while. It was very volatile. And since then, by the time June, July hit, it was showing signs of stabilization. By August, now September, by the time you guys watch this, will probably be September, we've really shown signs of actually starting to move back up again. And I've noticed that with the stock market, the real estate prices, the crypto prices, and the collectible, across the board, all the categories. And unfortunately, I actually don't like to see that. I wish that the different asset classes would be a little bit more independent instead of having such tight correlation. I actually don't like that. I wish the correlation would be a little bit more independent of each other, but it's the world we live in. Everything's connected. I mean, you guys know that. News hits, everybody around the world, it goes viral. Everything's fast moving nowadays. So, but I still believe adamantly, this right here, the magic, this power and magic, I'm telling you all that we have quad double Masters 2 coming. And I'm telling you, a case of those 4 boxes will be like $1,500 to $2,000 or whatever. And if there's going to be collector boxes or VIP, whatever top of the line thing they're going to do, I expect some sort of VIP style packs that a case of that's going to be $2,000 to $3,000. And I'm telling you, you have to step back and compare everything relative to other things. You can't just say, Rudy, years ago, those were $10. These were $50 2 years ago. I mean, I get it. You can't do that. It doesn't work that way. You can't say, oh, that house was only $200,000 when I was a kid. Now it's $1 million. You can't do that because that's not the world you're currently in. You have that price memory that's giving you an emotional, aggressive response. But we have to look at the current market. And right now, I feel the biggest potential, again, is not actually the Flesh and Blood, or it's all in World of Warcraft. I actually still believe it's the high-end magic. When I say high-end, I don't mean quad, six pluses and a 9.7 with a 6.911 Beckett circle corner. No. I'm talking ABU, 4 Horsemen, even Urza, Stronghold Exodus, Reserveless Era, Golden Era boxes. These cards are still in an era where McDonald's is paying $15 to $16 an hour in an era where it doesn't matter what minimum wage is. Everyone's paying 15, 16. So in Florida, minimum wage is like $8 or something, but no one's paying it. You know, in an era where the regular pay and the cost of living and everything is so expensive, everything has to rise with the rising sea levels. I know, a little bit of a climate comment, but the rising sea levels, it's going to lift all the boats. It is what it is, folks. No matter how you feel, the numbers are the numbers. And I do believe we're going to wake up one day and you're going to have that sticker shock, folks. We're going to wake up and out of nowhere, you're going to see this instant jump. You're going to be like, whoa, what happened? Wait a minute. Because that's what happens. You know, Flesh and Blood cards, these alpha ones, these super rare first printing ones, you know, the alpha box at $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 did not just go from $100 a box to $7,000. It went from 100 to 200 to 300 to 500. Then it has a jump to 1,000. Then a jump to 2. It has these, what they like to call in the market, you know, it gaps up. A little bit of giggity. You know, most gains and swings happen pre or post market, and they gap up. The aftermarket moves, the market opens, all of a sudden you wake up the next day, and all of a sudden every MOX is 5, 6, 7,000 plus. And you're going, what happened? That's usually how things work. It doesn't go from 3,000, 31, 32, 33. It doesn't work that way. The real world doesn't have smooth price movements and nice, smooth appreciation. It doesn't work that way. It's like the stock market. A stock doesn't just evenly go up a few pennies every day. A stock can do nothing for a year, 2, 5 years, be flat or negative. Then all of a sudden, it doubles or triples in price in 1 year. You can experience 5 years of 0% returns or negative returns. And then all of a sudden, you have 1 year where you 3x your money. That's how collectibles, that's how many growth companies, that's how things work. You know? So anyways, as far as the World of Warcraft thing, it's a fun thing. I don't recommend anyone invest in it or collect in it type thing because there's nothing really new or happening with it. But again, you don't know. Somebody could revive things, a new company could do a contract and sign the rights, and you have no idea what's going to happen. As far as the Flesh and Blood, final comment on it. Again, I don't recommend most people spend tremendous amounts of money buying, you know, the original cold foils or super high end. I don't recommend that because that's strictly a original special thing from like the launch of the game. Has nothing to do with playability and this. It's just because they're so rare. When you have literally just over 100 copies of a card in the world, in all countries and continents, I mean, what do you expect? Of course people are going to fight over them. Do I think they're worth 50, 60,000 a card? No, I don't. Do I think they can get there in 5, 10 years? If the game proves that they can stand the test of time, I do think it's possible. If the game does not, and they become stale or something happens and negativity or some sort of the mechanics or the game becomes boring or just no good, exciting engineering and development occurs, I think the prices will erode and just tank in price. Because that same principle can be applied to every card game from Weiss to Pokemon to Force of Will to the up-and-coming MetaZoo to, I mean, it goes with everything. The newer card games, the Final Fantasy TCGs, the Dragon Ball Supers, the Digimon. You know, if these companies don't innovate and continue to make an exciting product, they will dissolve and slowly just head back down to earth and head into the dirt. It is what it is, folks. That's one of the things that Magic and Pokemon are kings at. They are the kings of the universe of the Ivory Tower. There's no way to bash how good Wizards in Pokemon are. Pokemon has been making products just like, I mean, Magic's the original. And here we are going on 30 years almost since 1993, folks. I can't even believe that. You know, and I'm sure they're going to have crazy 30th anniversary stuff's going to happen with Magic. I'm sure. But the thing is, they've proven time and time again they can innovate and they can stand the test of time. Pokemon, same thing. They release Evolving Skies. Everybody wants it. Nobody has it in stock. I have 0 boxes. I sold out in a minute. Oversold. Had to hand work with a couple customers just to swap them out or give them a refund. It's just, that's the world we're in. Some games and brands just know how to do it. And that has tremendous value. And of course, because of that, everybody, including myself, is always looking for the next big thing, the next startup, which is all these Flesh and Bloods, the MetaZoos, and there's Akoras and D-Spirits, and there's all these other little games coming along in Kickstarter and everything. I look at them, I pay attention, but we don't know because it's more than just a game. You have to be able, the individual has to be able to build an ecosystem, an economy, distribution networks, relationships, marketing. It's not making a game. Anybody can just draw and come up with a card game idea, but the amount of capital, the millions it takes to produce, print, create, design, engineer, the mechanics of the game, the art of the game, then distribution, marketing, printing, quality. It is a massive undertaking that the public does not fully comprehend how extreme it is. It's something I would never personally want to take on because that alone's a full-time 60-hour thing, 24/7. So anyways, that's my thoughts of everything. In conclusion, again, I'm still buying even in today's prices because I believe the future is still very bright in the years to come. And of course, I know not many people are watching, but if you're still watching, AlphainvestmentsLLC@gmail.com, pictures and prices. Do you want to unload your cold foils before it goes to zero and it's a scam? Sell them to me. If you have old magic, you want to be on the channel and be immortalized in YouTube history, give me a contact and let's do some business. It's always fun. No, I don't pay the highest amount. Not going to pay 100% of eBay or anything like that. But if you want a risk-free, stress-free, enjoyable transaction, I'm your creepy dude. That's all I have, folks. Hope you learned something today. Still miss these Warcraft things. These were so much fun. That's so much fun. That's just, what a fun thing to remember, man. So many, that's the funny thing about life. There's so many cool card games that have come and gone in the past. And like card games have a 90% fail rate. Like every 100 card games, like a handful of them make it and they all fail and go bankrupt. That's the saddest part of all of it, What a world to be a part of. I hope you all learned something. Have a great day, folks.